Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Claudia Schiffer is a German supermodel and actress who rose to international fame in the 1990s as one of the original supermodels. Born on August 25, 1970, in Rheinberg, West Germany. She was discovered at age 17 in a nightclub in Düsseldorf and soon signed with elite model management. Schiffer became a global fashion icon, often compared to Brigitte Bardot for her classic beauty and blonde bombshell image. She gained widespread recognition as the face of Chanel, chosen by Karl Lagerfeld himself, and went on to appear on more than 1,000 magazine covers, including Vogue, Elle, and Harper's Bazaar. Her look and presence helped define the glamour and allure of 90s high fashion. Beyond Chanel, she modeled for brands like Versace, Dolce Gabbana, Valentino, and L'Oreal. Her professional success made her one of the highest-paid models of her time and a staple of fashion runway shows and campaigns around the world. In addition to modeling, Claudia Schiffer explored acting, appearing in films like Richie Rich, 1994, and Love Actually, 2003. Though her film career was modest, it added to her image as a multifaceted celebrity. Outside of her career, Schiffer is known for her business acumen, launching her own fashion lines and collaborating with various designers. She's also involved in philanthropy and is a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. Claudia Schiffer is married to British film director Matthew Vaughn, and they have 3 children. She has largely stepped back from the catwalk but remains active in fashion through collaborations and special projects, maintaining her status as one of the most iconic figures in modeling history. Early life and discovery. Birth and family. Born the 25th of August 1970 in Rheinberg, West Germany, to Gerrit Schiffer, chemist, and Gudrun Schiffer, pharmaceutics assistant. She grew up alongside her brother, Stefan. Teenage years. A competitive swimmer in her youth, she once aspired to join the German Olympic team. Discovery. At 17, spotted by a model scout in Düsseldorf's P1 nightclub. Within months she'd signed with elite model management in Paris. Rise to supermodel status. Early breaks. First high-profile appearance on the cover of British Elle, 1989. Runway and campaigns. Chanel became Karl Lagerfeld's muse in the early 90s, starred in dozens of shows and ad campaigns. Versace, Dolce Gabbana, Valentino, a fixture on the runways of Milan, Paris, and New York. L'Oreal, global spokesmodel for over a decade, fronting countless TV commercials and print ads. Magazine covers. Over 1,000 in her career, including multiple editions of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Elle, Cosmopolitan, and more. Acting and media appearances. Films. Richie Rich, 1994, cameo as a Stepford mannequin. Love Actually, 2003, a brief but memorable turn as the Hollywood star. Zoolander, 2001, small role in the fashion satire. TV and documentaries. Appeared in specials such as Claudia Schiffer Unearthed, BBC, exploring her career trajectory. Business ventures and brand collaborations. Fashion lines. Schiffer by Claudia Schiffer, a capsule lingerie collection for her family's underwear brand, launched 2016. Home decor and jewelry. Collaborations with brands like Herend, porcelain, and the fine art of denim. Fragrance. Released several perfumes under her own name in the 2000s. Philanthropy and ambassadorship. UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador since 2002, focusing on children's health and education programs in Europe. Charity fashion shows. Regular participant in Design Against AIDS and Amphar galas. Personal life. Marriage and family. Married British film producer, director Matthew Vaughn in 2002. They have 3 children, Phineas, Finn, B. 2004, Cosima, Cozy, B. 2006, Clementine, Clemmy, B. 2010, Residence, splits time between London and their country estate in Oxfordshire. Interests: an avid horse rider and linguist, fluent in German, English, French. Recent endeavors and legacy: selective modeling, returns for heritage campaigns, e.g., anniversary collections for Chanel and Versace. Photo books and memoirs released: Claudia, My Life, 2017. A photo essay collection reflecting on her career. Influence: cited by a new generation of models, e.g., Gigi Hadid, Naomi Campbell, as a style and career inspiration. Net worth: estimated around $55 million, amassed through modeling, royalties, and business ventures. Why Claudia Schiffer still matters: her blend of classic, old Hollywood beauty with the emerging grunge glam of 90s fashion made her uniquely versatile. Beyond her image, she's carved a path as a savvy businesswoman and dedicated philanthropist, ensuring her influence endures well beyond the runway. Fashion legacy and cultural impact: the supermodel era. Claudia Schiffer was part of the elite group dubbed the Big Five, or original supermodels, alongside Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, and Christy Turlington. They dominated not just fashion, but mainstream pop culture in the 1990s, appearing in music videos, movies, TV shows, and advertising campaigns globally. George Michael's Freedom 90 video. Claudia was not in this iconic clip, but her peers were, reinforcing how models were becoming rock stars in their own right. She appeared with her peers on the cover of Vogue's 100th anniversary issue in 1992, shot by Patrick Demarchelier. Camera with flash collaborations with iconic photographers. Claudia's timeless beauty and elegance made her a favorite of the world's top fashion photographers, including Herb Ritts, known for black and white glamour portraiture. Peter Lindbergh helped launch the supermodel phenomenon with a natural, cinematic approach. Ellen von Unwert shot Claudia's famous Guess campaign in 1989, which catapulted her into stardom. That campaign is still considered one of the most iconic in fashion history. Mario Testino and Steven Meisel both frequently photographed her for Vogue editorials and campaigns. Dress designer Muse Ship: Claudia wasn't just a model, she was a muse. She inspired entire collections and helped define the visual identity of some of fashion's greatest houses. Karl Lagerfeld, Chanel, called her a modern-day Bardot and made her the face of Chanel in the early 90s. Gianni Versace featured her prominently in his provocative and opulent campaigns. She walked in his legendary 1991 and 1992 shows, including the infamous Supermodel Walk finale with George Michael's song blasting. Valentino Garavani loved her elegance and booked her for couture campaigns and runway shows consistently. Luggage from the catwalk to the closet, her signature style even off the runway. Claudia had a consistent personal style that blended casual European chic, blazers, tailored jeans, flats, old-school glamour, silk gowns, red lips, voluminous hair, modern luxe, monochrome palettes, high-quality basics, classic accessories. Her influence helped popularize the off-duty model look that's still mimicked today. Family man, woman, girl, boy, personal values and private life. Despite her fame, Claudia has always emphasized privacy, especially regarding her children and marriage. She rarely does tell-all interviews or paparazzi-fueled events. Marriage to Matthew Vaughn. Vaughn is known for directing Layer Cake, Kick-Ass, and Kingsman: The Secret Service. Claudia has supported his work but keeps a low public profile as a spouse. Motherhood. She said that being a mother is her proudest role and greatest joy. and she turned down many high-profile offers to be more present at home during her children's early years. Globe continued influence and modern relevance even though she no longer models full-time. Claudia is celebrated at fashion weeks, makes occasional, headline-making returns to the runway, like during the 2017 Versace tribute show with Cindy, Naomi, Helena, and Carla Bruni. Invited to major red carpet events, often appears at Cannes, the Met Gala, and Paris Fashion Week. The subject of exhibitions, her work is archived and displayed in museums, e.g. the V&A Museum in London and fashion retrospectives in Paris. A style icon for the Instagram age, frequently featured in nostalgia fashion reels, mood boards, and supermodel era tributes. Trophy Awards and honors Bambi Award, Germany, honored multiple times for her contributions to fashion and culture. GQ Model of the Year, among many accolades in the 90s and early 2000s. Recognized by Time, Vogue, Forbes, named among the most influential models of all time. Modeling as a business. Claudia the brand. Unlike many models of her era, Claudia approached her career with a sharp business mindset, treating herself as a brand long before personal branding was a buzzword. Smart career moves. Early diversification. Claudia didn't limit herself to runway shows, she invested in long-term contracts, licensing deals, and product lines. Product licensing. She launched a Claudia Schiffer fashion label in the 2000s, including cashmere collections and eyewear. Endorsement deals. She was the face of Guess, Chanel, Pepsi, Citroën, Dom Perignon, and more, representing both high fashion and mass market appeal. Comparisons like Cindy Crawford and Elle Macpherson. Claudia helped redefine the model as an entrepreneur, not just a passive participant in campaigns. Brain. Claudia on fame and identity. Claudia Schiffer has always had a more introverted, thoughtful relationship with celebrity than some of her peers. She has often spoken about the contrast between her private self and public image. Key quotes: "I never wanted to be famous. I wanted to be successful." Interview Magazine, 1998. People think I am very confident because of how I look in photos, but I am actually quite shy. Vogue UK, 2006. The runway was a character I played. At home, I'm very normal, jeans, sweater, no makeup. The Guardian, 2011. Home life after the catwalk. Claudia largely stepped away from full-time modeling after her third child was born, focusing on creative projects and her family. But she has remained selectively active in fashion and media. Notable recent projects: Supermodels docuseries, Apple TV+, 2023, appeared alongside Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford, and Linda Evangelista in a 4-part documentary exploring their lives and careers. Creative director for fashion exhibits, helped curate fashion shows and retrospectives in Germany and the UK. Fashion collaborations, designed limited edition collections for brands like Aquatsura, shoes, and Frame, denim. Germany. Claudia and German pride. Claudia has always embraced her German heritage, often celebrating it in interviews and public appearances. She is one of the few international celebrities who remain deeply tied to her homeland throughout her career. German media darling, frequently honored by German publications like Bunt, Stern, and Gala. Charity work in Germany, active with German-based children's charities and health organizations. Spokesperson for German brands. Endorsed high-end German labels like Escada and Schießer. DNA. Claudia's enduring influence on fashion. Her face still appears in mood boards and editorials for luxury campaigns. Designers often reference her classic 90s looks: high-waisted jeans, cropped cardigans, full brows, and voluminous hair, in current collections. Her guest ads with Ellen von Unwert are studied in photography and marketing classes worldwide. On beauty standards. She was a key figure in a time when models weren't heavily edited or surgically altered. Her natural features and timeless look made her relatable yet aspirational. On the model mother archetype, Claudia helped pave the way for women to transition gracefully out of full-time modeling and into roles as mothers, designers, and media personalities, while retaining control over their image. Film frames. Fun facts: she holds the Guinness World Record for most magazine covers by a model, over 1,000. Barbie tribute. Mattel made a Claudia Schiffer Barbie in her likeness in the late 1990s. Languages. She speaks German, English, and French fluently. Walked in Fendi's final Lagerfeld show in 2019, a tribute to her mentor and longtime collaborator. Claudia in the art world. Claudia Schiffer has served not only as a muse to designers and photographers but also to fine artists, blending fashion and contemporary art. Collaborations and inspiration. Lucian Freud considered painting her, but she turned down the opportunity, saying she wasn't comfortable posing nude. This decision became iconic in its own right. Jeff Koons and Damien Hirst referenced her look in pop art-inspired fashion campaigns. Ellen von Unwert. Their guest shoots are now part of art photography collections worldwide. The images of Claudia are exhibited in galleries like Fotografiska in Stockholm and Fahey Klein in Los Angeles. Luggage. The Claudia Schiffer Archive. She is one of the few supermodels who has carefully archived her career, which includes runway videos, original couture pieces, over 1,000 magazine covers, film and commercial footage, personal scrapbooks, Polaroids, and behind-the-scenes notes. In 2020, Claudia curated fashion photography from the 1990s at the Kunstpalast Museum in Düsseldorf, featuring her private archive and images from top photographers. It was both a nostalgic tribute and a deep dive into the pre-digital era of fashion photography. High heel. The Claudia Schiffer look. Beauty blueprint. She defined a beauty aesthetic that's still heavily referenced today. Features signature Claudia trait: hair, long, voluminous blonde hair, Bardot-inspired makeup, soft glam. Neutral tones, defined eyes, eyebrows full and natural. No over-plucking lips, often peachy or nude. Never overly done silhouette-fitted blazers, high-waisted denim. Sheath dresses. Her appeal wasn't just in beauty, it was approachability with poise, making her a favorite of both luxury and commercial brands. Woman in lotus position. Personal interests. Rituals and quirks. Claudia is famously disciplined and private, but she's shared glimpses of her personality over the years. Fitness. Prefers Pilates, walking her dogs, and horseback riding over intense gym routines. Skincare. Focuses on simplicity, cleansing, hydration, and minimal sun exposure. Reading. Enjoys historical fiction and biographies. She's said to be a fan of Jane Austen and Daphne du Maurier. Spirituality. Not religious, but practices meditative routines to stay grounded. Pets. Dog lover, has often said her dogs are her emotional anchors. Sparkles. The Claudia archetype. Feminine power without loudness. In an age of aggressive branding and oversharing, Claudia remains a symbol of subtlety. Never scandalous, never loud, but always present. Control. She owns her image and only reappears on her own terms. Elegance. Continues to embody timeless fashion, often wearing vintage or reworked classic pieces. Feminine strength. Beautiful but never objectified, ambitious but never abrasive. Checkered flag. Long-term cultural impact. Claudia Schiffer didn't just model clothes, she shaped global ideas about the cosmopolitan woman, a blend of European grace, modern professionalism, and maternal wisdom. The supermodel as CEO. She helped redefine the role of models from passive figures to global influencers and entrepreneurs. Fashion in the digital age. Even as she stepped back from full-time modeling, her imagery exploded on Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, and TikTok, fueling decades of mood boards and trends. Round pushpin her status today global fashion figure, consulted by fashion houses for anniversary campaigns and retrospectives. Quiet power player, a behind-the-scenes advisor and curator. Not a front-row loud voice. Cultural icon, mentioned in everything from music lyrics to museum tours to memes. Claudia Schiffer is more than a model, she's a reference point. Claudia Schiffer as a symbol over time. Claudia Schiffer has become more than a name. She's a visual shorthand for a specific kind of beauty, poise, and European sophistication. In cultural terms, she represents symbol meaning Germany, Germany's golden export, a rare blend of Teutonic elegance and international glamour, Dove soft power icon, embodied global influence without politics or controversy, lipstick aesthetic. Benchmark, her face is still used as a beauty archetype in AI. Makeup tutorials and digital avatars, coat fashion memory referenced in countless nostalgic mood boards on Pinterest and Tumblr. Dress Claudia and modern fashion, though she stepped back from full-time modeling in the 2000s. Claudia Schiffer's imprint on contemporary fashion is unmistakable. 1. Millennial and Gen Z obsession. Her 90s Guess and Chanel shoots have made a massive comeback on TikTok and Instagram Reels. Her looks are regularly featured on vintage-inspired fashion accounts. Makeup tutorials often cite her signature soft glam style. 2. Runway nostalgia. Designers like Donatella Versace, Olivier Rousteing, Balmain, and Simon Porte-Jacquemus cite her look and vibe as ongoing influences. Vogue, ID, and Numero continue to include her in their retrospectives and anniversary issues. 3. Digital revival. Claudia's image has been digitally remastered and used in AI fashion experiments. Her old campaigns have been used to teach machine learning models to recognize fashion photography and facial beauty symmetry. Classical building. Claudia in cultural history, Germany and beyond. Claudia Schiffer holds a special place in Germany's post-Cold War identity, ambassador of a modern Germany. Her rise in the late 80s and 90s paralleled Germany's re-emergence as a global cultural player after reunification. A non-political icon, Claudia's neutral, classy presence offered a clean counter-narrative to tabloid controversies, making her a beloved media figure in Europe. Mentions in German textbooks. She's often cited in studies of international marketing, fashion, and media. She's also referenced globally, featured in Trivial Pursuit and Jeopardy! Referenced in songs by artists ranging from Jay-Z to Moby. Parodied, fondly, on Saturday Night Live, The Simpsons, and Absolutely Fabulous. Thread behind the lens. Claudia's creative side. Claudia has recently begun curating, producing, and creative directing, moving from subject to storyteller. Projects include fashion photography exhibits. Worked with the Kunstpalast Museum to curate and contextualize major 90s fashion photography. Behind-the-scenes publishing. She's said to be working on a second photo book or memoir that's more narrative-driven than her 2017 retrospective. Design collaborations. Has been quietly co-designing capsule pieces for brands like Aquatsura and Frame, limited edition and often quickly sold out. Mirror. Claudia as a feminine archetype. She's often viewed as a modern muse, someone who embodied femininity with boundaries, rare.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.